and this is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks for joining. Oh boy, you know what's happened in Minnesota is so much bigger, I think, than anyone realizes right now. I'm talking about the $8 billion in Somali Ilhan Omar fraud, because it's not just that it's a major scandal in the state of Minnesota, which is likely to make Mike Lindell the governor of Minnesota when this election's over, but also it's going to start exposing Democrat fraud at this level all over the country. You know, this $8 billion, more money than the human mind can comprehend. This is the biggest financial scandal in the history of the United States. Think about that. And, you know, the Democrat Party, are they really a political party, or is it an organized criminal organization, right? It's an organized criminal organization is what it is. And they're being exposed for what they are. You know, Ilhan Omar, there's a better than 50% chance that she gets deported over all this. You know, she introduced the legislation that put the program in place that they stole the $8 billion from, right? So that's complete insanity. And Scott Bessent from the Treasury Department is the one who is on top of this and in charge of the investigation. And he's got it all nailed down. And, you know, this scandal, which is going to grow and grow and grow, we're approaching Christmas. But after the new year, when the midterm election season begins and starts to ramp up, this scandal is going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the Democrats are not a political party. They are an organized financial crime family, is what they are, really, isn't it? It's organized crime. The whole Democrat Party should be brought up on RICO charges, because that's exactly what it is. You know, I know people accept a little bit of government corruption, but not at this level. Not at this level. So that's going to be a big story that I talk about on the program. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe, all right? You'll love this channel, I promise you. On the next stream, I'll be in the studio taking live calls. Oh yeah, this is a great time. It really is. Trump has them completely nailed. There's no getting around it. How are they going to get out of this? How are they going to get out of this? Trump's got him. What a great election year issue. The Democrat Party corruption. Next year is going to be one of the most exciting political midterm election seasons in history, if not the most exciting. It's just massive beyond imagination. Also, you know, a couple other issues. There's a lot I want to cover today. A lot. I mean, there's so much has happened in the last 24 hours. Yesterday was a busy day with news, and I didn't get a chance to podcast yesterday afternoon, so I've got so much to cover. But the Democrats, the never-Trumpers in the Democrats, they have created a fake crisis that they talk about endlessly, the affordability crisis. Affordability crisis. There is no affordability crisis, right? There's no affordability crisis. You know, you cannot afford everything you want. Yeah, you cannot afford everything you want. You know, like, you know, I like to wear hoodies. I'm wearing this hoodie. This is a hoodie from Old Navy. I think I paid $15 for it like a couple years ago. It's a great hoodie, you know, and I like it. It's comfortable, it does the job. But man, would I like a Louis Vuitton hoodie or a Gucci hoodie or something? Yeah, hey, why not? But, you know, so is there a crisis going on because I'm wearing and I'm buying an Old Navy hoodie as opposed to a Gucci or Louis Vuitton hoodie? There's no affordability crisis. It's amazing. And the mainstream fake news media, they I gotta hand it to them. They've had some success with this. They've got people out there actually thinking there's an affordability crisis, which is a new term. I've never heard this term before. A few weeks ago, but it's a new thing. The affordability crisis. There is no affordability unless you think it's a crisis if you can't afford everything you want. Who can afford everything they want? Very few. It's the Democrats in the next year election, right? They got a few issues they're going to go with. One is this fake made-up thing of the affordability crisis. Another one they have is they call it Supreme Court reform. Supreme Court reform. That's another big one of theirs that they just made up. Supreme Court reform. What that means is they want to pack the Supreme Court the next time there's a Democrat in the White House, and so that they can make the Supreme Court a rubber stamp for Democrat politicians, which is not what the Supreme Court is supposed to be all about. Excuse me. My allergies are just killing me lately. This whole month of December that we're just in, my allergies have been awful. So affordability crisis, Supreme Court reform, all the Democrats have are made up talking point BS issues. They don't have any real issues. And the mainstream media, if you're a Democrat and you watch liberal news, you don't even know what's going on in Minnesota, right? The mainstream media are not covering the $8 billion in fraud from Ilhan Omar and the Somalians in Minnesota. And not only are they not covering that, they're spending their time, they're talking about this fake affordability crisis that they made up that does not exist. And they're trying to tell us the black radical J6 pipe bomber who, he and his dad have a bail bonds company that works with Benjamin Crump, right, the Trayvon family attorney, and bails out illegal immigrants from jail, that he's MAGA. Give me a break. These people, I mean, the crap that they try to sell to us is beyond belief. Make sure you subscribe, guys, if you are new to the channel. Oh, man. Yeah, it's because they have no issues. And when they're not spreading those false stories, they're defending the rights of the drug cartels to transport illegal drugs in America to poison people. I mean, that's your Democrat party today. They've got nothing. And Mark Kelly is so terrified of being court-martialed. I saw him speaking over the weekend to a group, Senator Kelly, and he's got a Navy hat on. He's wearing a jacket that has more patches than Tom Cruise's bomber jacket in Top Gun Maverick. It's ridiculous. He's literally wearing all these things all over his body, trying to portray himself as some military hero as opposed to a traitor who's committing sedition and trying to cause an uprising inside the military. The Democrats are in a bad state. But the story in Minnesota is going to be their undoing. That is going to be their undoing by far. That's the one that really has them in trouble. They're panicked about it. They don't know where to go with it, having all kinds of problems. It is laughable. It is laughable. But this $8 billion, it's amazing to me, this $8 billion Somali theft in Minnesota through Ilhan Omar's program, and with her and her countrymen up there, they seem so entitled to steal, right? Here we are, Americans. All of you are up right now. It's 4:31 a.m. on the East Coast. So no matter where you are in America, It's a god-awful time of the day, and you are all up while the Somalians are retired. You know, that's it. Tim's in trouble. Yeah, Tim Walz is in trouble. Ilhan Omar's in bigger trouble. Tim Walz, he's, I would love to see Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, beat him in the governor's race. He's really up against it, Tim Walz, with this corruption. I don't know who's weirder, Tim Walz or that Minneapolis mayor that eats with his hands. I don't know which one of them is more bizarre. They're both weirdos. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But no, things are going well. I mean, this is as things in Trump's second term are perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's perfection. Everything is going according to plan. And I noticed, so Marjorie Taylor Greene went on 60 Minutes last night with Leslie Stahl to bash Trump. Who cares? Who cares? Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's lost all credibility. Complete lunatic narcissist, fake MAGA. She's also an anti-Semite. You know, something's happened to her. You know, I'm curious what happens with her and her boyfriend, Brian Glenn, because he's back at the White House, Brian Glenn, with the press corps, and Trump's been praising him. So I wonder if they're even still together. I don't know. If they are, will that relationship last? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Brian Glenn. Once she's out of Congress next month, you know, she'll do the talk show circuit, and then she'll fade away. Well, she's made $20 million or more since she's been in Congress. I mean, she's worth millions of dollars, more than she was when she went in. So she's definitely profited from it. She's a terrible person. I mean, she betrayed us all. She betrayed President Trump. She betrayed her constituents. She betrayed the whole MAGA movement. It's really a shame. She was one of the big stars of the MAGA movement. You know, I know she's been in Congress 5 years, and she's made, on average, about $5 million a year. Complete insanity. Complete insanity. And we're going to have a special election in her district when she resigns next month. That's going to be one that's fought hard. The Democrats want to win that one big time. I am behind on my coffee. I'm waiting for Starbucks to open. I need some coffee. Well, you know, listen. She won't be the last fake MAGA to betray us. It happens. What are you going to do? But I'm glad she did it now and not next year. Marjorie Taylor Greene. If she would have done it next year, it would have been a major disruption. By now, you know, doing it so early, it'll be old news by election time. Plus, in the middle of next year, President Trump, all the kids are going to get those Trump accounts, and we're all going to get $2,000 each from our share of the tariffs over the summer sometime as we are moving into the midterm. So this is great. Oh, yeah. Can't wait. So my wife and I will get $4,000 since there's two of us, right? Who'd be against that? That's pretty awesome. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. I host a morning radio show, and on my next stream, which will be in less than an hour, I'll be in the studio taking calls live. So you can call me live and share your opinions, whether you disagree or agree. I've got a lot to cover. Oh, my goodness. I was so busy doing Christmas stuff, and I finished putting Christmas lights up around my house. I didn't get to a podcast yesterday afternoon because I was so busy. But I've got a lot of things to talk about today. Yesterday was one of the biggest Washington political Sundays in history. This Minnesota scandal is going to be the unraveling of the entire Democrat criminal enterprise. because we're going to find out about it in other states and cities. Do you think this $8 billion is the only one? Hell no. Wherever there's Democrats in charge, there's financial scandal and thievery. That's right. And getting it exposed like this does them so, people get pissed. People get pissed. They should. People work hard. People work too hard to give everything away. If you love Trump, press 1. By the way, press 1 if you love Trump. I can't wait to see the Kennedy Honors primetime show later this month. It'll be on CBS. Trump hosted it. Should be very good. The Democrats are mental. Yep, look, all that Trump love. Look at that. All that Trump love. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, guys, all right? Oh. See, this is why we need another term, a third term for Trump. There's just too much to do. Way too much to do. I got about 20 minutes till Starbucks opens. Drives me nuts. I wish they were open earlier. Why does Starbucks only open at 5? They really should be open 24 hours. If they were open 24 hours, holy smokes. They would make a fortune. And a lot of them close at 7 o'clock at night on Sundays. 10 hours, that's a lot of closure time for a retail business. One of my neighbor's kids, he always comes home around this hour. From when it's not from work, from whatever he's out doing. Which I don't know exactly what that would be at this hour. Very strange. Lots of Trump love, lots of Trump support. Most people in this country love Trump. The Trump haters are definitely the minority. They're just overrepresented in media, you know, so there seem to be much more of them than there actually are. What subject would that be? Now, I'm not afraid of any subjects. Not being interested in a subject doesn't mean you're afraid of it. It's just who's interested in every... I don't even know what subject you're talking about. Oh, boy, I tell you. The fact that Trump is back in office for a second non-consecutive term is such an amazing miracle, right? Just an amazing miracle. He saved us. Think about it. Tim Walz, who's one of the masterminds behind this $8 billion, the largest financial scandal in history, theft in Minnesota, would have been the vice president of the United States right now. You know, we wouldn't even know about this scandal, right? We would not have even known about this scandal. Never would have come out. The thievery would have continued. Imagine having a vice president this he's stealing more money than the Bidens. Ugh. Trump saved this country. No doubt about it that he saved this country. It's kind of hot today. I just turned the air conditioning on. It's Florida, you know. No, Trump is just exposing so much corruption from the political establishment. That's the main reason they hate him. All their crooked deals are being exposed. And there's nothing worse to these guys than cutting off their money. They hate that. Cutting off their money is like the worst thing you can do to these guys. Yeah, if you're new, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That's right, lots of facts. That's it. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I saw some of the 60 Minutes interview with her this morning. She's so arrogant. She thinks that she's more important than Trump to the MAGA movement. I don't understand where she gets this ego. Maybe she's already had it. I always had it. I don't know. But the ego on Marjorie Taylor Greene is very surprising. I've always liked her. Everyone at MAGA liked her. The president loved her. And now look what she's done. You got to wonder, was she ever MAGA, Marjorie Taylor Greene? You got to wonder. It's a big betrayal. No question about it. Big betrayal. Yep. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's take the drive to Starbucks. Okay, dark MAGA mode is engaged. Here we go. Welcome, everyone. I definitely need some coffee. I got those new, I might show them on the stream today. I got those new Cheetos and Doritos, the Bobby Kennedy Doritos and Cheetos, made without the dyes. And they're actually better than the regular. And it's amazing, and they all taste exactly the same. But they just don't have the dye. And what makes the new Bobby Kennedy Cheetos and Doritos better, I bought all of them. I got 4 bags. They have regular Cheetos, the hot Cheetos, regular Doritos, and the ranch Doritos. I got them all. They all taste exactly the same, but what makes them better is because they don't have the dye on them. Your hands aren't all messy with the dust, with the Cheetos and Doritos dust. So they're better. But they don't, they have them at Walmart, and they're on sale. But they're not on the aisle with the regular Doritos and Cheetos. I don't know. I guess they're kind of testing them out to see what public reaction is. But they're very good. They taste exactly the same. The bag's a different color. The bag's white. And, of course, they have no color. Maybe I'll show them on the stream. But I hate, like, when you eat Doritos or Cheetos, the regular ones, your hands are covered in all that crap. It's disgusting. I was surprised that they tasted exactly the same. Very surprised. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. It's raining this morning in Florida. I don't know what the weather's like with you guys. It might be snowing where you are, but we don't get the snow, we get the rain. I'll disengage dark MAGA mode when I get to my destination. But I definitely need coffee today. Definitely need coffee. Do any of you have your Christmas decorations up? We've got 3 Christmas trees at my house. We've got one in our living room, one in our master bedroom, and then one on our back porch. Look at the nativity scene set up over here. All right. Dark MAGA mode disengaged. Welcome. If you're just joining, make sure you subscribe. If you're new, this is where MAGA comes to talk. So I'm going to cover the details of the $8 billion in Democrat, Somalian, Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz theft in Minnesota, which is a huge story. It's really pissing people off nationwide, which is big. The deportations are ramping up. Oh, did you see? Mamdani has a video out telling illegals how to evade ICE, which it's a crime to do that. I mean, you can't teach people how to evade justice, but he did it. There's a lot happening. Mamdani is going to be a total disaster. The best thing that we can do, and I think this is the Trump strategy with Mamdani in New York, let Mamdani be Mamdani. Let Mamdani be Mamdani. Right? That'll do it. He'll be a disaster, and he's so stupid and arrogant, he won't even stop it. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'll see you on the next stream, taking your calls live. See you then. Take care.